Welcome to BigDaddie Sports, where I'm your host, Big Daddy.
LB Jenkins.
And we're back with you once again, talking about the hot topics and the goings on in sports. Let's jump right in it. So, who you got winning the NFC East? Because it seems like nobody wants it.
I think New York Giants are favored to win. I think the Eagles going to surprise everybody and take it. I'm looking at the schedule. The Giants, after last week's game.
They tell you how sad it is that the Giants, who we threw dirt on their grave like 6 weeks ago, are even still mathematically in this. But I hear you. The problem is they need a lot of help.
Yep.
And so, I don't know about that. And here's the kicker. I do think they'll beat Dallas this week. I do think the Eagles will beat Dallas. And I think the Giants will lose. But the Giants can lose and still beat Dallas the last week, which I think will happen, and still get in. So I'm going with the Giants. Jekyll and Hyde team, but I think the Giants will be the team that backs in the least.
I'm looking at New York, and after last week though, it's just so you can't go into that the next 2 weeks with that same type of play. Eli Manning throwing 3 picks. But one pick wasn't his fault. One pick wasn't his fault.
One pick was a great interception by D'Angelo. He made a play on the ball. You got to give the defense some credit. And then you got to blame the defense because they made Rex Grossman look like Hall of Fame. Rex was throwing on him. So you got to... I think the Giants can win it. Dallas has the most talent.
Well, I don't think Dallas wins it. I'm sorry. Philly and New York? I think
they have the toughest schedule of the three, but
I don't think Dallas is doing it. I think it's going to be out of New York and the Eagles.
Look, I got a question for you, and I'm dead serious when I ask you this. Can Michael Vick stay healthy for 2 more weeks?
I think he can do it. I think he can do it.
He has to stay healthy for 4 games straight all season long, so we'll see how that works.
He might get injured first game of playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so which team you got winning the AFC West?
Denver. Oakland is hurting with injuries. San Diego got false hopes. And Kansas City, it's just a little bit too late. I don't care what y'all did last week. A little bit too late. I got Denver winning.
I hate to agree with you. God knows I do. But Denver has the easier schedule going down the stretch. San Diego has to travel to Detroit. Kansas City has to see Denver. So I'm just going to go with Denver. But everything I told you did come true last week. That defense is overrated. I know Tom Brady is a great quarterback. But you saw that defense can't play against an excellent passing game. And 2 times recently that they've played efficient passing offenses, Detroit and New England, you see what happens.
Yeah. Look, initially, I said they're going to lose Chicago Patriots. I wanted Denver to win. Patriots came out, pulled it out. Tom Brady did what he was supposed to do.
Absolutely.
So,
no, I'm not knocking the defense. I'm just saying everybody had the defense as this upper echelon defense, and it's not. It's just flat not. It's an okay defense, but it's not a great defense. Next up, are the 49ers contenders? They had a huge win Monday night.
I like the 49ers. 2 teams where they can just straight out outscore them. It's New Orleans, and then we have Green Bay that can straight out score them. So my thing comes down to, if you meet New Orleans, now you great against the run. They running back scrolling now, you great against the run. You stop that, so you're dealing with Drew Brees, who's still a great quarterback.
It's Drew Brees.
Yeah, so
then you got Aaron Rodgers. No, see, but
that's my problem. Everybody else,
you know what?
They third best right now.
Their defense is not my problem because I think you can slow those offenses down. What scares me is that we've seen when they played Baltimore and then when they played Arizona, they struggle against the blitz.
Yes.
You bring 5 or more, Alex Smith don't know what to do. Well, New Orleans and Green Bay don't play great defense, but the one thing they can do, they both coordinators love the blitz. So I see a matchup problem. It's not that San Fran isn't good, not disrespecting them in that way, but matchup problems. And of course, as you stated, those 2 teams can score, and I still don't trust Alex Smith to bring me from behind. So there you go. Are the Patriots quietly now the best team in the AFC?
Offensively, yes. But let's look at the last couple of years. Patriots being in the playoffs.
But we asked this question before, and it was maybe we don't know. Now you ask that question. Baltimore went out west, got shellacked, and I told you that was possible. Then the Steelers went out west. Big Ben's hurt. Harrison didn't play, but that game wasn't close. Big Ben, mind you, Big Ben threw for 330 yards hurt, and they still lost by 17.
They only scored 3 points, 300 yards.
Well, 14, excuse me.
I'm sitting. I say here, I'm sorry. You get into the playoffs. I don't see them doing much. You finish out the season good, but I don't see y'all going to the playoffs. Because the thing is, let's say you go to the Super Bowl. New Orleans and Green Bay favorites. Your defense is gonna let them score.
That's true, but I'm talking about best team in the AFC right now.
Offensively,
but see, right now, Baltimore Steelers are a wash. Houston's got a third-string quarterback. When you look at it right now, like you watched Belichick last week, he made adjustments. Tebow came out and was strong. He switched his whole D-line and how they play. He basically went with 4 defensive tackles, played contained, and didn't let Tebow get out the pocket. If he's back to making adjustments in game like that, and his defense can answer the bell, you don't want to see that. Look, I don't care who they got over there. If they listening to Belichick and playing assignments, you don't want to see that. He's that good.
AFC, yes. You got. I
don't care who the quarterback is. Aaron Rodgers, as good as he's playing right now, if Belichick is back to making in-game adjustments, and he's getting guys to be in position. Early in the season, they were out of position. Remember, they switched to the 4-3 and went from 3-4. If they're listening to him, it's totally different. I mean, as a coach, Bill Belichick is a game changer as a coach. And so I don't care who the quarterback is.
Except for on 4-on-1.
That was a couple years ago, and they didn't execute. When you execute the man's game plans, and all I'm saying is right now, it's starting to turn in New England. I wouldn't want to see him in the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. All right, a little early this week, but we're going to jump right in it. We got the picks. Of course, I won last week. You know how this is going. Told you, late season surge. Let's go.
False hopes like San Diego.
Houston at Indy.
Indiana got their first win last week. Great. I don't think they're doing it against this week. I think Houston's going to win.
See, I want to pick Indy because, feel bad for Jim Caldwell and how it all shook out in Indianapolis. But I think Houston don't need TJ Yates to do anything this week. They can just run the rock. Taking Houston. All right, Miami at New England.
New England still wants the 1 seed. They're going
to lock it up this week. Jacksonville at Tennessee. Yeah, Jacksonville, they packed up their bags. They're already vacationing in Mexico. Jets at Giants. Giants at Jets. Doesn't matter. It's the same stadium. Giants versus Jets.
I'm going with Jets.
Jets. And just after how Eli played and struggled a little bit last week, wide receiver struggled, then you go see Revis.
Yeah. Defense.
Tampa Bay at Carolina. Carolina quit 6 weeks ago.
Carolina going.
Tampa Bay quit.
Carolina just won. What you talking about?
Tampa Bay quit 6 weeks ago. Going with Carolina. Cleveland at Baltimore. Arizona at Cincy.
Arizona.
Me too. I'm going with Arizona. I think they've caught fire, and Andy Dalton has struggled against better defenses. Arizona defense ain't great, but they gonna put the heat on that rookie. So I'm going with Arizona. Minnesota at Washington.
Rex Grossman last week? If he plays like that every game.
Look, he don't have to play like that. Minnesota's pass defenses, I didn't see high school secondaries look better. Going with Washington. Denver at Buffalo.
Denver.
This is why Denver wins the division. This game right here. All they have to do is run. Buffalo cannot stop the run. Going with Denver. St. Louis at Pittsburgh.
My opinion, sit Ben. You got a playoff spot. Sit Ben, let him recover. What we saw last week.
They can sit the whole first team. They still beat the Rams.
What we saw last week with Ben is he threw picks because he kept trying to plant on that foot and he couldn't. Sit him. You have a playoff spot. You don't get the division. I say sit him. It's going to be a game day decision.
I agree with you. It don't matter. Pittsburgh. Oakland at Kansas City.
Kansas City. Romeo Cornell came in there.
It don't
gave
matter.
A speech.
Oakland finds ways to lose games that they should win. There's no reason they should have lost to Detroit last week.
What are you talking about? There is a reason. His name is Calvin Johnson.
Double coverage? Like what is
triple coverage? There was 3 Oakland Raiders right there.
How do you let him get behind you? 40 seconds left. You let this man get behind you.
Hold on.
And then in the end zone, everybody just was.
Hold on. Let's talk about the play
it's
before.
Calvin Johnson.
The play before. He got in front of 3 people. Then came back in front of 3 people and caught the ball.
Kansas City. That's ridiculous. San Diego at the aforementioned Detroit.
San Diego, false hopes. That was great what you did last week. Baltimore defense did not show up. Again, playing down to the competition because San Diego is not. North Turner, bye. I'm going with Detroit.
Changing my pick. Sorry. I didn't say Diego gonna finish strong, so I gotta ride this to the end. Diego's gonna go on the road and beat Detroit in Detroit, because Detroit ain't all they hyped up to be. That record is inflated. Yeah, I said it. Next,
false hopes.
Philly at Dallas. Excuse me.
Philadelphia. You came in. I don't care if you're at home, Dallas. Philly's gonna come in there. Michael Vick's gonna come in there and win again.
I got one name for you, LaShawn McCoy. That's it. Philly. San Fran at Seattle.
San Francisco. San Francisco still trying to get that bye week. They
trying. I don't think it's gonna happen.
They need to win.
But I would want to pick Seattle because they're doing so well right now. But what they do well is run the ball, and what San Fran does well is stop the run. So I'm going with Frisco. Sunday night we got Chicago at Green Bay. News is, after a month of throwing interceptions, Haney's got benched, and they bring in Josh McCown, who hasn't started the game since 2007. Really? Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay. That's going to be
and
horrible.
Matt Flake can come in and still Green Bay.
Atlanta at New Orleans for the Monday Nighter.
New Orleans. They trying to fight for that bye week, so they going to go in. And again, Atlanta's not.
I think it's going to be close, though, because Atlanta is starting to figure out what they are. They're starting to figure out, I need to run first, to pass, and then when I do that, I control the ball. And the defense is playing well enough. Defense is not great by any stretches, but playing well enough. But it is New Orleans, and New Orleans in their dome.
Receivers are going to outrun their secondary, because that's their problem. And then, you're going to run first. That's great. But when New Orleans finally stops the run, you're going to pass to Julio Jones, who's going to drop the ball. So, therefore, New Orleans.
He played better last week, but, you know.
First time? Good job.
Okay. Next up, NBA. We just learned recently that Kobe Bryant has injured his wrist and torn a ligament. Day to day, that's that old age kicking in already. They gave up Lamar Odom for nothing. Kobe's hurt already. He's going through a divorce. Pau Gasol is moping because they tried to trade him. The Lakers are going nowhere fast. They're a playoff team, but they're definitely not a contender right now.
No. Playoffs, yeah. You can't. You still got a great starting five. Lamar Odom was the
great. No. You got a couple pieces. You got the Black Mamba. You got Gasol and Bynum when he shows up. But Bynum don't even play every night. Well, who you counting on? Meta World Peace?
Look.
Matt Barnes?
Look. They got a great starting five. That great starting five ain't finishing in the playoffs. you take that five. That five is great. But my point is, you ain't got the bench.
That's an inflation. They ain't great.
And they ain't got a bench right now.
They might not be the best starting five in LA. Yeah, I said it. The Clippers might have a better team starting five than LA does.
Yeah,
now Black Mamba cancels that out, but yeah, I said it. The Clippers starting five may be better.
Look, they won a preseason game. It was preseason.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about long term. No. All right. So first up, give me one trade in the NBA you would like to see happen outside of the Dwight Howard trade. One trade you want to see happen.
I saw what Memphis did without Rudy Gay last year. Rudy Gay to Chicago. Rip Hamilton is going to be there. He's going to help Derrick Rose, but he ain't going to. I don't think he can help finish. You get Rudy Gay, get rid of Boozer, move some people around. I think that would make a good fit.
I think Boozer's going to play better this year. He was injured in the playoffs.
He a punk in the playoffs.
He was injured, so I'm going to give him a pass. And I do like, if they could give Rudy Gay, I put them on par with Miami. That's how much that trade would change the power in the East. Trade I'd like to see. It's not going to happen, but trade I'd like to see. JaVale McGee of Washington traded to the Dallas Mavericks. He would be your poor man's Tyson Chandler. And he changes everything because he blocks shots and he has more offensive talent than Tyson Chandler. Then it switches your lineup because now you have McGee. Dirk is back to his natural position at the four. Lamar goes back to the bench. Then you have Marion starting and everything. And then you can do bigger lineups. So you got McGee, Nowitzki, Lamar, Marion at the 2, and Kidd at the 1. That's a huge lineup. Nobody's on that lineup is shorter than 6'5". And so they could do a lot, and it makes them a better team. Don't think it'll happen, but JaVale McGee will be great in Dallas. Next up, who you got for MVP this year?
I got 3 candidates.
No. Who do you have?
Hold on. I got 3 candidates. You ain't gonna have me bug you. It's been a lockout.
Just pick a guy.
I got 3 guys.
No conviction. No conviction.
I ain't seen nothing to pick somebody. Please give me half the season.
No discernment neither. Let's go.
I got Derrick Rose being a repeat. I got Kevin Durant stepping up. And I hate to admit it, if LeBron gets him heart, he can be an MVP.
Unlike him, I ain't punking out. Kevin Durant will be your MVP of the season. KD, the Durantula, he gonna show up and he gonna show out. Unfortunately, he's stuck with Westbrook, and let me tell you, he got talent, but 2 of his 3 years in the NBA, he's led the league in turnovers. Led the league in turnovers. No, I'm sorry. But KD's going to overcome the shackles of Westbrook and win the MVP. All right, who do you got in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Eastern Conference Finals, I got Chicago and Miami again, and my alternate would be the Knicks.
We got alternates now?
I got an alternate.
Hedging is best. Anyways, no conviction. My Eastern Conference Finals is Miami and my shocker, Indiana. I got Indiana going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
We got false hopes in NFL and the NBA. Yo, what's going on here?
Look, Indiana pushed Chicago last year in the first round. You bring in David West and make your team better. They got something good going on in Indiana, and everybody's sleeping on them. I like that. Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's a risk, but that's what we do here. That's what Big Daddy does. I don't know about over there. What you got in the Western Conference Finals?
Western Conference Finals, I have Dallas versus Oklahoma City. Alternate just in case they do something with Lakers.
What?
Alternate.
Now we just discussed they ain't got the best starting 5 in their city, but they gonna make the Western Conference Finals.
Yo, alternate. There's some veterans on that team. Alternate.
There's some old people on that team about to get AARP cards. Derek Fisher only in the league is because he the president of the union. Please, stop it. I do agree OKC versus Dallas because the league has kind of fell back. Dallas is not as good as they were last year, but a lot of teams aren't as good as they were last year. So I'm going to go with Dallas. Who you got in the finals?
OKC versus Miami.
We can have the same finals. Different arrangement of getting there. Who you got winning it all?
Miami. I don't want them to, but Miami.
There's this man named Durantula that's going to get his first ring because LeBron will find another way to choke. Until he shows it to me, he'll choke again.
Wait, hold on. The man, Russell Westwood, what you call him, Westbrook.
That's how much talent Durantula has. He overcomes other people's shortcomings.
OKC will get to the finals. And Westbrook's going to pull a LeBron last year and not finish.
But see, I'm going to tell you what the difference is. Kevin Durant, unlike Dwayne Wade, is not going to defer to a secondary player. Give me the rock. That's what's going. Dwayne Wade defers. I'm trying to help my boy out. Skip that. Win the ring. No. I got OKC winning the championship.
You're going to help your boy Wade got him a ring because now he look foolish. All y'all look foolish, honestly. Pat Riley, please come down. Please, just come down.
They just extended your boy. They gave him a 4-year extension. He's in the last year's contract. So they gave him a 4-year extension. No. You don't think he's earned the extension?
No.
He took a team to the NBA Finals.
You took that team to the end. They didn't need you. They would have made the NBA Finals. Hold up. They didn't need. They about to win 5-7 championships. They didn't need him to go to the NBA Finals. Now, if you were going to coach, you would have coached LeBron's self-esteem up and he would have finished games.
Well, it's called self-esteem.
Look.
It's grown man.
Look.
No. Look, go back. He a grown. I got to babysit grown men.
Hey, you want to win finals? I don't care if you want to pacify. Get him in there and win the freaking game. Pat Riley would have put something in him. Look, I don't care. Look,
that's why LeBron James won't win a ring. If he needs somebody to pat him on the back and burp him, there's a problem. That's all we got for you this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hit us up on Twitter at BigDaddie6.
LP Jenkins and Light Bright J. Enjoy
your holidays, ladies and gentlemen. See you.